Welcome to Head Full of Radio, where a longtime Radiohead fan goes through the whole recorded discography alongside his friend, who's only familiar with the song Creep. Will we agree on the songs? Can I convert him into a fan? Let's find out. Do you want to do the intro on this one for fun?
Cool, let's do it. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Head Full of Radio. We have hit episode 86. I usually like to comment on the numbers, but 86 is not doing a lot for me. So I'm going to check in with my co-host buddy Andrew. Andrew, any comments on 86?
Doesn't 86 mean firing? You've been 86'd?
Oh, is that a thing? That sounds like it could be a thing.
I feel like that's a thing.
So I'm choosing to believe you, and I'm not going to fact check, so I'm taking that with 100%. Like factualness.
Well, apparently it's to say something is no longer available.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like eliminated.
Yeah.
86.
Do you have any eggs? No, it's been 86. Anyway, hello. Today's song is Climbing Up the Walls. It was once described by Melody Maker as monumental chaos.
That makes sense, given the song title.
Yeah, it's a string. There's a string section, which is composed by Johnny Greenwood and was written for 16 instruments. It was inspired by Krzysztof Penderecki's Threnody to the Victims of Hiroshima.
What was that first word?
Threnody.
Does that mean something?
I don't know what that word means. Threnody. maybe it's like Threnody. This is me Googling it.
Yeah, please do.
A poem or song of mourning or lamentation.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel smarter for hearing that.
Yeah.
So today I learned.
Johnny said, I got very excited at the prospect of doing string parts that did not sound like Eleanor Rigby, which is what all string parts have sounded like for the past 30 years. Let's see what else here. Tom drew the lyrics from his time as an orderly in a mental hospital.
I did not know that was a part of his past.
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
He said, I used to work in a mental hospital around the time the government was getting passionate about care in the community, which was a program. And everyone just knew what was going to happen. It was one of the scariest things that ever happened in this country because a lot of them weren't harmless. It's like those huge 18th century paintings. If you get really close to them, you can see the little figures in the corners, those amorphous little monsters. And that's what some big towns are like now. The shadows contain amorphous little monsters.
Damn.
So care in the community at this time was deinstitutionalizing mental health patients.
Oh.
So that's sort of, I guess, what he was talking about.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's really I love that we get these segments to get this sort of deeper background, because that really contextualizes a lot of the sort of way and the subject matter and the lyrics that he has. It totally makes sense to me that he used to be an orderly at a mental patient facility. Now that totally tracks.
Yeah, I agree. Well, do you want to jump right into the institution of climbing up the walls?
I would love to.
Go.
Oh, it's already got a bit of a spooky vibe, a bit sinister.
Yeah,
after dark, you're wandering around at the school or the church at night time.
Yeah, by the graveyard.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm very conscious of thinking about the previous song as well.
And you can sort of hear how the thread continues, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very cool.
Yeah, I really like his vocals on this.
Yeah, this is awesome.
You can sort of hear that paranoia.
It's like a tremble almost.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, it gives you that feeling of almost being trapped.
And one thing they're never afraid to do is give you like a scary image.
Yeah, and the music backs it up.
100%. Like it's definitely working in tandem really well.
Yeah, his lyrics are so much better too, right? Like
100%.
they really convey what the music is giving you.
Yeah, it's so much more like sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I also like there's a lot of sounds going on. You know, like little twingy guitars and
They're the amorphous monsters.
yeah.
In musical form, creeping in the background.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like they've done a really good job of just evoking the exact things they're talking about and actually translating it into music
And trapping us into it as a listener.
Right. Like I feel like I'm in like a horror film and like it's Halloween and you don't know who like the killer is amongst all the people dressed up or something.
It's frantic.
Yeah. And I'm being quiet, but I'm just slowly like just bobbing my head along.
Just a bunch of sounds.
Yeah, but they work. All that creakiness. Oh. I feel like I'm watching like a thriller.
Yeah.
Or like listening to a thriller. Oh my god, I'm waiting for the jump scare. I feel uncomfortable.
No, it's okay. I've got you, don't worry.
That was really cool. Like that was like just brilliant. Like again, I've said it already and you've said it too. Like I just feel like they did a really good job of just tying everything together in like every way, like the music, the lyrics, like the atmosphere, like what they'd already mentioned, like with the background was going on, like both in the world and in the past, and like it all just really like came together like in a really just like successful way.
Yeah, I agree. How do you turn that into a numerical form or the person in the band though?
I am definitely coming in at a Johnny.
Yeah.
But a part of me would even be willing to push that to like a Johnny and a half. But I'm not sure if it took me all that way there. But it's floating between for sure. So I'll probably stick with a Johnny for now. But with just a sort of like honourable mention that it made me flirt with the idea of a Johnny and a half.
I have a bit of a issue with the song in that it's been my favorite on this album for a very long time. In that, like, it's not the most popular song, but it sort of gives me the best, like, not the best feeling, but the most feeling. Like it allows me to sort of, as a, you know, I think I've said this before, but as like a young teenager graduating from high school, it gave me that sort of depressive, like anxiety inducing feeling, and a way to sort of know that there are people that also felt that way, you know, that were just trying to get out. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Of course. Like it's like with how immersive it is, I feel like it gives you that space to kind of enter this place where especially when we sometimes lack the language to understand our feelings. Like, it lets you at least feel them, and like it gives you a space to tap into that. Well, otherwise it's hard to
so this
manage
one
the feelings.
becomes hard for me to rate as well. Like I am also flirting with a Johnny or a Johnny and a half, and I'm not really sure where to go with that. So I think I'm going to stick with a Johnny for now, but also give it like a extra side eye thumbs up.
Yes, I'm with you 100%.
I don't know.
We're very much in sync on that one.
So would you like to hear the cover this time?
Oh, I would love to.
All right, here we go. Here is the cover for today's track.
Oh, animated.
Yeah.
It's got the little volcano vibes too, with the stairs.
AI videos are the future, I guess, eh? How do you feel about AI videos?
They're very cool. Like, I know there's a lot of controversy about like AI art in general, but like it's I like the sort of uncanny valleyness that it manages to capture.
Yeah.
Especially for things like this, where you kind of you want things to be slightly off and like kind of have that unsettlingness to them.
Right.
So I think they can be very effective, and obviously, like there's a lot to be gleaned from these things.
And how much it takes the whatever the person is putting into the little square about what they want, and how much it turns for the music.
Right. Is this you? I'm literally like, wait a sec, because I was like, this sounds like you, and then I was like, wait, the imagery as well, like this is literally like things that I was like, I didn't want to like accuse you of like hijacking something from like a cover video, but I was like, this reminds me of things that like we've spoken about before.
Yeah, that's
so cool. Oh my god, I've just clocked that. Like, I think it's like probably longer than it should have.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you. Yeah, this is me.
This is awesome. I love that like you didn't tell me, and like I realized.
Well, that's why I full screened the video so that you couldn't see the name.
Right, yeah, because I was thinking like I didn't even like clock onto the fact that I didn't see you actively like go onto like the video and everything. But no, I really enjoy it. But I love that I could recognize that it was you. If that makes sense.
Now that you know it's me, you can hear that it's me.
Because no, that's what I mean. Like, that's what made me go, is it you? I was like, well, also kind of sounds like you. Wait a second.
You wouldn't believe how many tracks it took for me to make these noises.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, I think it's about 25 tracks right here.
Damn.
See, it's funny that
I don't know why every time I see the man, as soon as they give him a blonde hair, I'm like, is that Trump?
See, it's funny that you mentioned at the beginning. Yeah, at the beginning you noted like, well, it's got volcanoes and stairs, and that's a specific instrument to me and my next album. But you didn't track it as like this being me doing the cover.
Right, like I thought about like the motif of the stairs and the volcano being very you, but it's like I almost like didn't want to say it in terms of like, like you've taken that from somewhere. Like this isn't your own original idea.
Gotcha.
And then it took me longer to hear it, and then like once I heard like I was listening to the voice more, I was kind of like, wait a second.
There you are.
That's so cool. Thank you so much for doing that. That is so cool. Was it fun doing it?
Yeah. The music was very fun. The vocals were very difficult.
Gotcha.
Actually,
Well, you pulled it off.
turning in this the AI script turned out really, really well.
Yeah, I didn't know this was something that you could just do.
Well, it does cost money.
Fair. That makes sense.
Um,
It came out very cool.
It did. And there you are. There's a lift with climbing up the walls, which by the time you hear this, that is actually the new intro song for this season of the podcast. So you'll have
Awesome.
climbing up the wall.
I love that.
Yeah. I thought about doing that for every album, but then I was like, oh God, there's lots of songs that are really hard to cover.
That's going to be a lot of work.
So maybe not. I do enough work as.
But it's a nice idea to have in your pocket, like if you ever feel like it, as opposed to like have to do it.
Yeah, which ones are easy? I'll surprise him with those.
Fair. Yeah. Make your life easy for sure.
So there you are. There's Climbing Up the Walls by Radiohead and Lift.
Very, very cool. Like, that was a really nice surprise.
Well, you know what next week is?
Don't.
There are no surprises next week.
Oh.
Look at that. You just helped me get into next week's episode.
Ah, okay. I just clocked that that's the song title. I was like, what does that mean? Are you not giving me a cover? Right.
Thank you, sir.
Gotcha,
It's been
gotcha.
a pleasure.
It really has. All right. Catch you all later.
Bye.
Bye. That was really cool to like realize in like real time. I was like, hold up.
Yeah, that was great. It worked out exactly like I hoped it would. Wait a minute.
This podcast is recorded on Discord and is edited in GarageBand. The intro and outro music are Radiohead covers and can be found on Spotify under the band Lift. That's Lifte, with F as in Foxtrot. Also, find us on TikTok and Vimeo under the name @Headful of Radio.